and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be another little Christmassy video and also like a mental well-being video, because today we're going to be tackling how to be your best self this Christmas. Christmas can be such a difficult time, it can be such a stressful time and a lonely time, and we don't want that this year. We want it to be the absolute perfect, merriest, most festive little Christmas ever. And to do that, we need to be our best selves, because if you are stressed, Christmas will be stressful. If you are lonely, Christmas will be lonely. So if you put your best foot forward and your best self forward, you're going to have the best Christmas of your entire life. But I'm going to be sharing 5 tips with you today to help you be your absolute best self for this festive season, so that you can have the best Christmas of your entire life. The first tip is going to be to try to keep everything in perspective, because at Christmas especially it's so easy to sort of lose yourself because there's so much to do. You know, there's a lot of prep, there's so much food to buy, there's drinks to buy, there's presents to buy and choose. You've got to think of presents and you've got to go out and buy them. It can be a lot of financial stress. A lot of people do a lot of things over Christmas. You're not going to have much downtime probably. I know that I don't. For example, all of my weekends are filled with family. That is a lovely thing. However, it can definitely add to the stress. If you feel like you've not got any time and there's not enough hours in the day to do everything that you need to do, we're going to put everything in perspective. Just take a step back, have a little think about it, as if this is someone else's life. If you're that person and feels like everything is happening around you, it can get so stressful. You feel like you're trapped in the middle and you can't get out. Take a little step back and think about it. Make a list. That's what I do. I make a list of everything that I need to do and I mark it off as I complete each one. And as you go through December, seeing those things stricken off does make you feel a lot better. Makes you notice that actually you're on track. Getting stressed at yourself is not going to make these tasks be done quicker. It's actually going to slow you down, because you're going to take time calming yourself down rather than just getting on with everything you need to do. Not to mention all of these tiny little things that are really stressing you out. Are they even really necessary? If a friend came to you because they couldn't get Christmas paper plates and it was really stressing her out, what would you say? You'd say it's not that essential. Christmas is not made from stuff. And that's just like one example of someone that I actually know who got really upset and stressed because she could not find Santa paper plates. All this stuff, these little things that add up and pile on your plate, it doesn't matter. None of this stuff matters to anyone except you. And I get it, you want to make Christmas the absolute perfect day, but just don't stress yourself out trying to do that, because to everyone else it will be the perfect day as long as everyone is there and happy and healthy. That's all that really matters. So just don't let yourself get too in your own head thinking about the Christmas ornaments, the decorations, all the food, all the gifts. Don't let all of the stuff that comes with Christmas stress you out, because then that really will just ruin your Christmas, and that's not what you want. You want to be relaxed, and that will help yourself, that will make everyone else around you less stressed. If you are around someone who is constantly stressed, that does stress you out. So if you're constantly stressed, you might be stressing everyone around you out as well. Just remember that, take a step back, put things in perspective. It's not that important if you have everything exactly minimally perfect. That's not what Christmas is about. It's not about the aesthetics. It's not about the paper plates. It's not about the specific brand of biscuits that you wanted. It's not about all of that stuff. It's about family and being together. And as long as you have that at Christmas, that is all that really matters. So don't let yourself get too stressed. The next one is going to be try to do something small, an act of kindness every single day. It can be difficult. Christmas, as I've said, is a really expensive time of year, so you might not feel like you can afford to be kind right now. I'm not just talking about like buying stuff. I'm not just talking about financials. What I'm talking about is if you see someone who's struggling to carry their bags, maybe offer to help. If you see someone who's struggling to reach something on the shelf in a shop, reach it for them. If you see someone on the street and you don't have any money, maybe offer to buy them a coffee or even just have a chat. It's the little things every single day that will make you feel like a better person. It will make you feel more in the Christmas spirit, because the true meaning of Christmas is giving. So if you are giving to other people, you'll feel more Christmassy anyway, but you'll also feel way better about yourself. It will raise your self-esteem, which will just put you in a way better mood, and then you're a nicer person to be around because you're in a better mood. No one wants to be around someone who's really stressed and just who's a ticking time bomb who could go off at any moment. No, especially at Christmas, you want to be relaxed, you want to be laughing, you want to be jolly, you want everyone around you to be like that too. Even if it's just messaging a family member or a friend that you've not spoke to in a little while to ask them how they are, or I don't know, something as small as commenting on someone's Facebook post if you know that will mean a lot to them. It can be anything. Just do something small every single day that will make someone else feel good, because that will make you feel good. If you feel good about yourself, you will glow up into the best version of yourself. As your self-esteem goes up, so does your mood, and you as a person are elevated. That leads quite nicely into this third tip, which is going to be try to reach out to family and friends. As I said, Christmas can be an incredibly lonely time of year for a lot of people, especially if they aren't surrounded by family. So if you have a nan or an uncle who doesn't have any children, or someone who's lost their partner, someone who lives alone, just reach out to them, ask them how they are. It doesn't have to even involve physical contact. You don't need to offer to meet up, you don't even need to offer to go round, but just reach out. Give them a phone call, give them a FaceTime. For example, my auntie lives alone, so I am going round today and we're going to spend a few hours together and plan on helping her decorate the tree, and I'm thinking we're going to watch a couple Christmas movies. That is my act of kindness for the day, for one, because I'm reaching out to someone who is lonely, and also it'll be nice for me because I've not seen her in a little while, and it's always nice to see family, especially at Christmas. You're never going to regret reaching out to someone that you've not spoke to in a little while, because even if it doesn't go well, if it's someone that you don't particularly get on with that well but you reach out anyway, then you'll feel like a good person. You'll know that you were the bigger person and that you tried. You will make their day. If someone is feeling really down and really alone and they get a message randomly that they weren't expecting from someone just checking up on them, asking how they are, asking how they've been, that will make them feel 20 times better. If you're having a down day and someone reaches out, that does make you feel better. Maybe you're not on top of the moon yet, but you feel a little bit better, especially if it is a family or friend, someone that you used to know. It's someone that at one point or another you did care about. So it's nice to be nice. And if you cared about this person at all, ever, then you shouldn't want them to be lonely and upset. Reaching out will make them feel better, it'll make you feel better, and it will make overall the world a nicer place to live. This fourth tip is more for people who are struggling a little bit during the holiday season. I have been there. As I've said before, I am actually on antidepressants, so you guys know about my mental health struggles. Christmas can be an incredibly lonely time of year, and this tip is sort of to try and help through that. I want you to pick 5 good things that have happened this year. 5. So you might feel like you've had a really bad year. Personally, I've had a few things happen this year which haven't been the best, but I'm not letting those bad experiences fool me into thinking it's been a bad year or a bad life. And I'm doing that by picking out all the good things that's happened this year. For example, I went to New York for the first ever time and absolutely loved it. That's a really amazing good thing, which I didn't know would happen last year, and it happened, and I absolutely loved it. I got to go on holiday with my boyfriend. I got to go down to my uncle because he lives in Newcastle and I actually live in Manchester. I got to go down and spend a weekend with him and his family. That was really nice. I've met some new friends this year, a couple friends with my boyfriend, and we've never had couple friends before, and I've also just had a lot of really nice moments, like with my boyfriend or with my family. It's just been overall a year filled with nice little moments. I want you to pick out your 5 things that are good that have happened this year. Maybe you got a new job. Maybe you escaped a toxic workplace. That could be another one for me. Maybe you got to go on holiday. Maybe you reconnected with family or friends. Maybe you saw a new place for the first time. Maybe you tried a new drink and it's now your favourite. Or maybe you tried new food that's now your favourite. I don't care what those things are, but pick out 5 things that are good that have happened to you or for you this year, so that you know that overall it's not been a bad year. You've had bad experiences, everyone has. Maybe you've had a particularly tough year and you've had to go through something, but even though that was really difficult and horrible for you, and I'm sure that you're looking forward to putting this year behind you, there have still been good moments in this year, and they are what I want you to reflect on. It's not a bad year, it's not a bad life, it's just a bad moment and a bad experience, and if you focus on only the bad experiences, you will fool yourself into thinking that it was a bad year and it was a bad life. Focus on the positive. Believe me, you will be so much happier as a person. Dwelling in the negative and letting yourself be in that negative energy and that negative space isn't healthy and it's not good for you. Please don't do that. The last tip that I'm going to give you to be your best self this Christmas is going to be that I want you to remember that life is temporary. This doesn't go on forever, which sort of links in with the negative experiences. They are only experiences. Life doesn't go on forever. Unfortunately, you are going to pass on at some point. So am I, so is everyone. So do whatever makes you happy this Christmas. If you like mulled wine, get a mulled wine. If you like mince pies, get a mince pie. Or if you like going all out with Christmas presents and doing like fancy little bows and tags and everything, do that. Do whatever makes you happy this Christmas, and also put yourself first a little bit this Christmas. There are a lot of events going on in the Christmas season, for example family and friends. If everyone is planning to do something and you don't actually want to do it, don't feel like you have to. It is Christmas and it would be nice for you to see everyone, I'm sure, but if you really don't want to go to a pantomime, don't go to a panto. If you really don't want to go Christmas shopping on the 23rd of December, don't go shopping on the 23rd of December. If you are cooking Christmas dinner for all your family and everyone has turkey but you really want beef, do yourself some beef. Whatever makes you happy this year, just do it. You've not got long left of the year, so try and make it the best ending possible. Try and enter the new year with a really positive you, a positive mindset, a positive attitude, and it will make the start of your new year be better. It will make you feel better. As I said before, you attract what you put out. So if you're putting out someone who's really lonely and depressed and can't be bothered and thinks this year is just going to be horrible and life is horrible and everything is awful, you're not going to have good things come to you. However, if you enter the new year with a really positive mindset that it's going to be your best year ever and you're going to do this and this and that, then you probably will. It's honestly mind over matter. So whatever is in your mind is going to be your reality. Also, just if you are someone who really does struggle over Christmas, life doesn't go on forever. This pain is temporary. And I know, especially if you have depression or whatever, I know firsthand how difficult it can be, but try to focus on the positives. Ooh, voice break, sorry. Just try your best to think about everything that you do have. And for example, I had a little moment with myself yesterday. I have been really upset recently because I have been doing Vlogmas and I've been really working my arse off. I've been filming a new video every single day and editing a full video every single day, and I am not growing. I have been really upset that I'm putting so much work into YouTube, and I really love YouTube, but YouTube clearly doesn't love me. The algorithm doesn't love me and it's not helping me. And I've been really upset about that, really thinking about that. I had a little moment with myself last night and I was like, no, Mia, no. I am doing my absolute best. The content I put out is good and I know people enjoy it from the comments. That's all I can really do. And if it doesn't work out, then that is not on me, that is on YouTube. Also, instead of focusing on the channel that I don't have and all the subscribers that I don't have, I can focus on the house and the roof over my head that I do have, the food in my belly that I do have, the clothes on my back I do have, my working limbs that I do have, my body which is able to move that I do have, my support network all around me which I do have, a loving relationship. All of these things that I do have, I don't focus on because I have them, so I take them for granted. And that's not what I want to do this Christmas. That's not what I want you to do this Christmas. I want us to count every single blessing that we have because someone wants it. If you have a roof over your head, someone else doesn't. If you have a body that you don't like because you think it's too fat, someone else would love your body. If you're upset because you're a little bit skint this month because it is Christmas, someone else would love to have everything that you have because you always have more than someone else. You always have more than you think, and you always have more than the next person along. So for this festive period, just try to count your blessings, thank God for them if you are religious, or if not, just thank the universe for giving you all of this stuff that you don't even notice because it's just yours. And if you start to notice everything that you have, you will be a way happier person because you'll realise that actually you are really lucky. Okay, I've talked for long enough and my throat is starting to get really dry, so I'm gonna go. I love you guys so much and I will see you in the next one. Bye!